So we got to move him out the picture. I want to show you how deep the rabbit hole goes now, because we done with King. But let's see what happened when the real brothers and sisters came on the scene. Let's see what Barry did then. Black Power movement.
Yes.
H-Rap Brain.
Violence is necessary. Violence is a part of America's culture. It is as American as cherry pie.
That's right.
We will be free by any means necessary.
Sound like Nat Turner to me.
I said to begin with, you would not like what I am saying. Those people who think that we can use guns and knives against tanks and bazookas, they are the ignorant ones.
The concept is this, basically. The whole black nation has to be put together as a black army. And we're going to walk on this nation, we're going to walk on this racist power structure, and we're going to say to the whole damn government, stick them up, we come for what's ours.
It is much too easy to take a position which just removes the relevancy of integration, and equally to take a position which simply says both political parties stink. They do. But that is not the point. The point is that one will find oneself in some situations having to cooperate with that one which is in power if one is himself, as Negroes, manipulating power. And on other occasions, they're going to have to select the one which stinks least. That is the nature of politics.
Now, I want to touch down on the problem that Mr. Rustin raises about the lesser of two evils. It is about time that this country tells the political leaders that we do not vote for evil men, period. And that for me to beg to get into that community is for me to dehumanize myself. And I shall not do that. I am a human being, I am black, I am equal. This country is racist from top to bottom, from right to left. And for black people to become a part of that is for them to become, in fact, anti-black, and to hate themselves.
And effeminized.
Black power means so many things to so many different people that rather than defining it, I would like to define from what it springs.
Every chance he got, he fought against the black community having its own control over its own schools, and eventually we lost that battle. No more black schools, no more community control, no more liberation, no more progress for African people. You say, why? What is his ultimate goal? What was he really pulling for the whole time? Was it a nonviolent protest, a nonviolent movement? No. We don't understand the agenda of white sex offenders. They all traitors. And ultimately, their only goal they want to do is they want to get everybody to accept their filthy ways.
There you go. That's it.
If we don't believe it, well, let's hear it in his own words. Don't believe me? Let the fag team.
His commitment to justice, I think, was always very consistent and very true. It was easier when he had allies like A. Philip Randolph and Martin Luther King. When they were gone, he was probably lonely, but he didn't stop.
Listen.
Freedom. Oh, freedom. Oh, freedom over me. And before I'd be a slave.
25, 30 years ago, the barometer of human rights in the United States were black people. That is no longer true. The barometer for judging the character of people in regard to human rights is now those who consider themselves gay, homosexual, lesbian.
There it is. There it is. Went through all of that treason and treachery, just to create a climate where there was no black manhood, so that he could promote and push the agenda of turning us into sexual deviants, of surrendering to white authority and to white ways, to strip us of our integrity, of our morality, and literally turn us into what we see ourselves turning in today, chocolate-covered crackers, where you on the outside, you see what looks like an African. As a matter of fact, I don't know if there's any time in the history of America that we've looked physically more beautiful. People working out, we got locks, we wearing our African, this, that, and the other. But we are so wretched on the inside that it's pathetic.
Come on, bro.
We are zombies. Cracker all inside. African on the outside. But Africans have to do what they look like. We look like the best, so to be a true African, to be a true black man, a black woman, a black child, you have to do what African people do. And the object of Barrett Rustin and homos and crackers like this is to strip any idea of an African essence, of anything you have to do, of anything you have to stand for. Strip it out, so that they can have the beauty in what you look at that would be called an African, but so they can do anything that they choose, which they're doing to us every day, brothers and sisters. There was a time that they put that brother we saw on Monday Night Football in a dress on TV, black people would have been outraged. What do you think the Panthers would have done if they saw something like that? They'd have marched on the damn ABC, kicked the doors in, probably kidnapped some crackers, started throwing water on them, smacking them, beating them, you know, because it was manhood. There was resistance. We knew what a threat felt like. We don't have that on the inside no more. We don't even know what a threat feels like. So we can have a Negro walk around and sing songs to us, singing to us about molesting our children. And because we don't know what pain feels like no more, we'll start blaming the little girls. We don't know right from wrong. Africans know right from wrong. We're the ones that drew the line. Cracker came in, and they've been just pushing the line. Now it's right up against the wall. What we gonna do? We can't, there's no way to negotiate. How do you negotiate with somebody who wants to sexually ravage a child? You negotiate with the bullet and negotiate with the worms in the ground, but you can't negotiate with us. How are we going to do that? How are you going to negotiate with somebody who insists upon destroying black families and destroying any progress we have by continuing to indulge in same-sexual type of sexual misbehavior? We got to tell them, look, you got to stop this. This stuff has got to stop. While we supposed to be defending our race and our children, our people, you out there continuously reliving the pain that you've experienced as a child over and over again is killing us. We don't hate you, but what you're doing cannot be tolerated, which means you're the one that got to make the decision. It ain't really our decision. We gonna live. We gonna survive, which means anything that's in our way cannot survive. We gotta start looking at the world differently. See, they effeminized us with this old cracker religion.
Go ahead, Gene.
That's what they did. They gave us this old faggot cracker religion. That's what all Christianity is. It's a death house. It's an ice house. You go in there Sunday after Sunday for some Negro, some bumbling Negro to tell you, don't fight no crackers. Amen. Don't fight no crackers. Oh, he might twist it up in the Jesus, you know, you got to forgive and you got to do this. But he'll tell you that. But then he also tell you to obey your cracker. That's right. Because you can't fight a cracker back for what he did, but it's okay for you to go fight crackers with crackers to fight Arabs for something he said they did. So he's a real complex Negro. Don't think he's simple. I mean, he's simple like bad simple, but he's not simple. Because you can't just expect that he said one thing and the next thing gonna be in line with that. One hand, he don't want you to fight back. On the other hand, somebody ain't done nothing to you, he wants you to go kill. He's a very tricky cracker. And he tell you, look, I know you got a human desire to have something, but don't get it now. You know when you'll get it? When you're dead and in the grave. You know? You a Negro. Why don't you wait till you die and get yours in the grave? Matter of fact, some of y'all need to be there now. And the truth of it is, let's look at it. I just want to show these pictures here because this, if you want to talk about the feminizing of the black race, is no better single place than here. Because if you get into the spiritual mind, if you get into the imagination of a person, and you can take away their imagination of them being free. If you can trap their imagination, you don't have to worry about nothing else. You have that people. Right. And every Negro from Willie Wilson, George Augustus Stalin, Tutu, Martin King, Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson, and I always forget his name, but T.D. Jakes. All of these Negroes have supported white sex at one time or another. All of them. So I'm putting them here because this is the cracker's vessel into our soul. He comes through that church and he gets in your spirituality and it tells you you can't fight back. So we got to get rid of these damn church institutions. They're death houses. They're intellectual and spiritual death houses for African people. And next time you go to church, you sit there and listen to your preacher and listen. And I promise you, if you listen close enough, you'll hear the sound. Don't fight that cracker. It ain't gonna sound like that. I mean, it's gonna be in the middle of some organs. It's gonna be a bunch of stuff like that. But see, we on a different channel today. We tuned in. So you skipping the dance, all the dancing, and the faggot on the organ, and the faggots in the choir. You skip past all that. He said, now what is this cracker really telling me when he's saying I gotta lay down something at a damn altar? What? Oh, don't fight this cracker. That's what you're telling me. I really want to talk about one of these Negroes in particular because I went to see this monstrous thing. Let me tell you something.
Don't beat around the bush, brother.
Now, I got to be honest, so I don't want to just go out, so I got to say it straight. Based upon this film, it makes me believe that T.D. Jakes is a child molester.
Yes.
I don't have anything to prove that, so I can't say that he is. But I watched the film. And this film actually tells black people, it's a black young lady, she gets molested. You watch the abuse. Boy, you're talking about a pimp, he's slick. Pimps always announce the game. I'm not trying to teach no pimping in here. I just want you to understand how pimps work. Not that I know anything about it, I'm just saying how it works out there. I'm saying that's how they work. They announce what they're going to do, and if you know how to hear what they're going to do, then they come, then you know what to expect.
Right.
That's right.
So they started off showing you all of the stuff that the black women went through. Her being raped and abused. So he announcing the game to you. Yeah, this is wrong, this is bad. So you get sucked into the movie. And at the end of the movie, this monster who raped her as a 12-year-old girl left her bleeding in the closet. Right. You saw it, but y'all, he made you suck, you watched it. At the end, she's going to the altar to take the dress. She's a grown woman and take this dress she had when she was 12 years old. She's buried it behind the house. Real touching story. And she said, I want to release all this pain and move on with my life. I'm going to drop it off at the altar. It just so happens that this child molester, for whatever reason, decided, right, he's going to repent. He wants to give his life to Jesus too. They walk up to the altar at the same time. He sees her at the altar, runs over to her to grab her to say, I'm sorry. She shoots him, kills him. She goes to jail and ends up on death row. And when she starts interviewing T.D. Jakes, she says, you know what? I did the wrong thing. I realize now that I did the wrong thing. Then the spirit of the Negro child molester beast that raped her pops up. And he says, you know that Christian thing they do? Yep. I was that close. Some of us need more time. Suggesting to you that she stole from him his opportunity to repent.
Wow.
I said, boy, a filthy-ass child molester is a beast, man. I cannot imagine someone trying to convince people, because see, first of all, it's totally inaccurate with reality. Because one of the crimes that is committed that at least likely to for a person to change is child molestation. They have a high recidivism rate. Once they go out, once you go to the step mentally of sexually violating a child, it doesn't come back. They've even cut the testicles off of child molesters, or the penises, and they still molest. Because, once again, sex and aggression. White sex is sex and aggression. So if you take the sexual organ off, you have not taken the aggression away. So these molesters will still feel on the child and sexually abuse the child even without their penis and testicles. Yet, he was going to get saved by Jesus.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I see what you're saying, because R. Kelly is out there molesting our children.
Right.
And now he said he's giving his life to the Lord.
Right.
So I guess since he's singing to Jesus, it's supposed to be okay for him to piss on our children. I get your message. I said, well, for somebody to be so sick that you would want to do that, I mean, why? I mean, it's your movie, it's your juvie.
Right.
You wanted to do a juvie. Why didn't she? Okay, you a Christian. Why didn't she shoot the child molester before she got to the church? Then go and ask Jesus for forgiveness after that.
Right.
Well, why didn't she tell her boyfriend what the child molester had done? He went out and killed the bastard.
Right.
And then she felt guilty and went to the church and asked for forgiveness.
Right.
But no, the individual who's protecting herself from the abuse, he got to let you know, the only thing that's going to happen to you is you're going to go to jail. Now listen, she shoots a damn child molester. She don't go to jail, not a life sentence, she on death row. Making subconsciously the killing and abuse of a child molester is worth putting you to death. But the penalty for child molestation is none. You should have just let him go to Jesus. Well, I think something very strangely about you individuals who would put something like that together. Perhaps you have something in your past that we are not familiar with. And I'd ask any brother or sister that's out there, if you have any information on this abominable Negro that will put this garbage out to our people. You saw the information sources, call us, let us get some fundamental information. I want to destroy this Negro. We want R. Kelly gone, and I'll be damned, a preacher trying to feminize the black race through a juvie telling us that it's okay to molest our children. We're at the end. We're at the end of our road. And brothers and sisters, we got to start fighting back. So we got to start destroying Negroes. They always destroy Africans. Time for us to start destroying back. If you ever see this Negro, know this is your enemy. This is what the effeminization of the black race looks like. And don't look at it, effeminization is some sort, it's sex and aggression. Some form of deviance or sexual aggression is coming out of anybody that will support and promote child molestation, that will support and promote so-called homosexuality. No more friendship, no more against that. Listen, when we talk to people, let's be definitive. It's wrong, we don't support it, and this is a problem. And then we begin to move forward.